Welcome back to Zero Check Nights. This is episode 6 of our Starfinder 2E playtest adventure of a cosmic birthday. How are you guys doing tonight? It's a late one.
Oh, better now.
Fantastic. We left off with everyone kind of wondering what's going on here with these cultists. You guys had just hacked open a door to what I call room A8. The Memento chamber, and you saw lots of dead bodies slumped over on crates. You found pools of blood around the room. There were some cult symbols kind of scrawled and scribbled out of that blood on said crates. And Donnie noticed a mysterious, suspicious-looking thing of mold in the room. Don't know what that is. I think Bill made some comments about one of the cultists' employment status. We discussed their outfits and what they looked like. And yeah, we left off there and we need to roll some initiative.
Yeah, there's a cultist in here that I'm attracted to.
Is she walking or working?
The art is...
It's my line. Sorry. You walking or working?
Look, the art pleases me. Who drew this? I need to know. It does. I like it.
I don't want to see Mike's search history after last week's episode.
This pleases me.
I liked it.
It's a hard.
There's some rolls coming.
Hank is scouting.
Offset to +1.
Okay, not very well.
All right, Heelgood, what'd you get there?
Total of 19.
And Risu?
I got a 17, but if we're adding that +1 for Mike's scouting, then I got an 18, which doesn't really make a difference. But
let me see if I can update you from a 17 to an 18. Update participant. There we go.
And I guess that would actually move me to a 20 then, I guess.
20.
Yeah.
Update participant.
So I forgot about that.
Hank, what'd you get there?
16.
16. Julian.
With all the adjustments, it's a 27.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think one or two of these, that +1 will matter.
So there's thugs in here? What's going on?
Yeah, we've got 4 kind of cultists in here. That one lady in the back, she looks to be kind of more of a evangelist type.
Be careful.
Like she's a true believer, you think. And the rest are just kind of, run-of-the-mill looking dudes.
She appears to be a true believer in spandex. Space spandex.
Yeah, so there's 4 of them. There's 4 of you, plus mold. We'll see what happens. And Julian, with that 27, you are first.
Fantastic.
So you're kind of back down toward the end of the hallway, and from your line of sight, you can't really see all these other combatants, but you can see the mold, and I think you can see 2 of the bad guys.
Yeah, I can see the bad lady, and I can see another fellow to, I guess, her left, kind of slightly ahead of her. And I'm guessing that they'll have cover from me, from my position.
Yeah, there's 3 party members in front of you. They'll have a little bit of cover here.
For my first action is I'm going to pick the combatant closest to me, not the mold necessarily, but the fellow in the back there. Target him, and I'm going to, let's start off with him. Get him.
Oh, with
So
your get him?
Get him. Yep. And then I will lead by example by taking a shot.
Cool. So I've put that effect on this guy. Go ahead and make your shot.
16 on the die for a 21 total. You can take the cover that you need to.
21. That will almost crit.
Okay.
That will almost crit that guy. Just because you're having to shoot through some of your teammates there, it's not quite a crit, but you do hit him for sure.
That makes sense. All right, I'll roll the damage on this. 1d10 plus 3.
Man, D10.
Oh, it's 10 damage.
Ooh. Wow.
On the die.
You smoked this guy. He is out of the fight.
Wow.
Nice.
1 shot, 1 kill.
Man, so I guess with my next action, I will rewind that, get her, and get him on this lady. That'll be my turn.
All right, but this time it will be without the lead by example.
Correct, yes.
Okay. Wow, that's a good turn from Julian Gingivier the 18th. We're going to move on to that guy. You smoked, so he's done. So we'll skip his turn. A guy kind of toward the south of the room, he really only sees Risu there, kind of poking his head through the door. And he is going to move a little bit south and take a bit of cover behind a barrel stacked on top of a box, and he's going to shoot out an Eldritch Lance at Risu there.
Oh, what?
Do I get cover?
You do get a little bit of cover since he's having a fire around this barrel.
No, I went to college with a guy whose nickname was Eldritch Lance.
Eldritch Lance.
Julian will cry out, "Watch out!"
Watch out.
And what's that do? That raises AC?
Oh, watch out. That's an ability.
It's an actual thing, yeah. Shout
Like
warning
that.
to your ally, granting them a +2 circumstance bonus to AC against the triggering attack.
That's really good. So that's a reaction there from Julian. Okay, so a dark beam of energy flies out from this guy and is targeting Risu with that watch out buff. We'll see how that goes. This guy got a total of 20, which I don't know if that'll...
My AC's 20.
AC's 20, so even with the buff, he just meets that. And so, yeah, you get blasted by the Eldritch Lance.
Damn it.
Did you add that
And-
bonus to your...
It's on my guy, so it should have.
Oh, you dragged it. Okay.
I went to college with someone who got blasted by Eldritch Lance.
It's just 2d6, so that'll be 7 damage to Risu.
Oofda. Is he
Which
still alive?
that's a bit of a hit at level 1. So it looks like Risu's down to about half. So that'll end that guy's turn. All right, so it's the Evangelist's turn there in the back. She runs up next to the mold. She's trying to get this mold in the fight. And when she steps near it, it puffs out. I don't know, you can kind of imagine like spores popping out of like a fungus or something.
Gross.
And they fire off in this cloud. And that cloud reaches all the way to Risu, and it really hits everyone else that's in the room. It hits Risu and Hank. Need you guys to make a fortitude save.
Yikes.
I will not.
He will not.
What's the damage? What kind of damage is it?
It's poison.
I don't get affected by anything that I breathe in.
Oh.
Because I'm
Oh
an
yeah,
android.
it's inhaled. So you're
Good job.
immune
Robots.
to
Yeah.
inhaled stuff.
Yes. Wow. Well, it says, let's see. For the effects targeting the creature type, androids count as both constructs and humanoids, whichever type allows an ability to affect them for abilities that can affect only one type. They receive a +2 racial bonus to saving throws against disease, mind-affecting effects, poison, and sleep, unless those effects are specifically targeted for constructs. In addition, androids do not breathe or suffer from normal environmental effects such as being in a vacuum. So yeah, I get a +2 bonus too.
Yeah, you'll get +2 this fortitude save. So yeah, if you're affected by this, the creature hallucinates, struggling to break free from a warm but suffocating cocoon, then
Wow.
visualizes an exploding planet at the moment it escapes. So this is kind of like a flashback of what you saw in the elevator when you inhaled these mold spores.
Well, I critically failed that, so.
Oh, no.
Oh, you rolled a 1? Oh, I
rolled a 1.
my.
Why would you do that?
And Hank, what'd you get on your save there?
I just got a 9.
You got a 9? Ooh, I think that's a fail too. Let's see
Yeah.
what that does. Uh-oh.
I'm going to need you both to roll higher, please.
Donnie, I'm going to need you to not let me die here.
So yeah, you're both affected by Memento mold spores. It's a poison, and I think crit fail automatically moves you to stage 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stage 2. So do you take stage 1 and stage 2 damage?
Just 2.
Just the stage 2. So
Ouch.
yeah,
That sucks.
Risu, you will take 1d6 mental damage, and you're confused.
Oh, that's normal.
Oh no, not with the Spear of Destiny. Oh god.
So yeah, it's a low roll. You take one mental damage. I'll apply that here, and you're confused. I'm not sure what confused does, but it sounds not good.
He attacks wildly. He has no allies.
We
he
had
will, yes, that happened to Drykel May.
That's right.
Yes, it did.
You know,
I'm off guard.
yeah, you'll randomly determine his targets, and
I did that to Mike's character the other day. It was the best part of the whole event. Was it? And it was
Confused
the
is the
start. They
best.
had just met, and he just runs around and starts hitting people with a fucking
that's
axe. It was
amazing.
awesome.
All right, and at
This is gonna
stage
suck,
1,
though.
Hank will take 1d4 and is also confused. I put a 4 on the die there, so
shit.
it's a little more damage, but you're only at stage 1. But both of you guys are confused right now.
I figured that maybe I wouldn't get confused because I failed. I
How
guess.
long does the confused last?
Let's look up confused here.
You don't have your wits about you, and you attack wildly. You are off guard. You don't treat anyone as your ally, though they might still treat you as theirs. And you can't delay, ready, or use reactions. You use all your actions to strike or cast offensive cantrips, though the GM can have you use other actions to facilitate attacks, such as draw a weapon, move to target, move so a target is in reach, and so forth. Your targets are determined randomly by the GM. If you have no other viable targets, you target yourself, automatically hitting, but not scoring a critical hit. If it's impossible for you to attack or cast spells, you babble incoherently, wasting your actions. Each time you take damage from an attack or spell, you can attempt a DC 11 flat check. to recover from your confusion and end the condition.
Okay, so someone could potentially slap you out of it. Oh my, that's not good. So both Risu and Hank are confused now.
Yeah, it's a bad deal.
Well, that was just her first action was to trigger the mold. I need to make saves for all these other people. Oh no, that guy crit failed.
Yeah. Wrong reaction, Chris. You should be happy about that.
Oh yeah, I'm happy. That guy passed.
Oh, no. So he's sad for that one.
That guy failed. He's a failure. And that's a failure. So we've got three of the people in this room are confused. Risu's confused. Hank is confused. Everyone's just kind of hallucinating, seeing a replay of this vision that happened earlier.
Man.
What a cluster. Have fun running this one, Chris.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta decide everyone's actions for them.
You just got to tell me who I'm attacking. I can do the attacking on my own.
Yeah, fair.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's true.
Risu's going to kill the whole party.
I'm going to get stabbed with the goddamn Spear of Destiny.
So the evangelist with her second action is going to continue forward, move into melee with Risu. And
She might take me out.
she's going to hit you with the Octurnite Chakram. I have no idea what that is.
That
But
doesn't
it's a
sound good.
melee attack.
Be a mess.
Oh, I think that's a 20 on the dice. That's a critical
damn it.
hit on Risu.
Oh, shit.
Well,
Is this our first death?
I'm not going to attack you, Donnie or Mike, because I'm going to be on the ground.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, it's 2d6 plus 4. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, it's 10 damage. I don't think that puts Risu is down to dying 2 with that critical hit. And
my
I think
God.
I think you get to I think confused drops if you go to dying. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. Yeah, so Risu, your initiative kind of moves in front of this evangelist, and you're dying 2. And that brings us to Heal Good.
Well,
Fix this, Heal Good.
Please make this better.
Make this
is
better.
not good.
okay, we're just going to do, so in a 30-foot burst, we'll heal. I guess 1d6 back to everybody, right?
Okay, so this is kind of like the heal spell from Pathfinder second
It
edition,
is.
but this is called Infusion.
Infusion, yeah.
How does Infusion work?
Yeah, so you infuse the target's essence with healing energy. If the target is a willing creature, you restore 1d6 hit points. The target is then temporarily immune for 10 minutes. The number of actions you spend when casting the spell determines its target's range, area, and other parameters. So I did the 3-action heal. So you heal all bonded creatures in a 30-foot burst. So you guys remember we were at the bar and holding hands and we built our bond?
Yep.
It'll only heal those creatures that are in that bond.
Nice.
So that way,
That's
if there's
awesome.
enemy combatants, that kind of stuff, don't have to worry about those. So
That's
but-
fantastic.
yeah, so that happens, and then that's his focus spell. So we'll have to get a 10-minute rest in here somewhere.
Do you guys think Hank is willing right now?
I don't know.
Well, that's a good point.
I
If you're
think
confused-
because you're bonded, you automatically. I think you would have to drop the bond before, which you can do like at any time. I think, but I'm gonna say it works because you're bonded.
Yeah.
All right.
But that'll heal Risu, so he loses
Yeah.
the dying 2 condition and comes up to wounded 1.
Wounded 1. Yeah, and that's all 3 actions for heal good.
All right, that's a pretty good turn, I think.
I think we should change your name to Heal Well.
Heal well.
Heal okay.
He heals
okay.
all right. That brings us to Hank. So Hank, you're confused right now.
I am.
And so I think it's going to be a 50. Well, no, it's going to be.
I mean, he can attack any of them.
You've got 3. Yeah, you've really got 4
He's got
targets in range.
He's got
but
pistols.
with the nature of your fighting style, I think you've got 3 realistic targets. So we're going to roll a 1d6. 1 or 2 will be the evangelist. 3, 4 Risu. 5, 6 heal good.
Got it. I was like, who healed the android? trying to kill this guy.
You're attacking Risu here on the ground. So I could roll,
Risu.
or you could roll.
I think I'd better.
Get old Yeller.
Let's see. I will go ahead. Get old Yeller.
Put down your friend. Yep.
I'm going to go in with the silenced semi-auto pistol.
Is that Zop?
This is Zippy.
Zippy.
Yeah, I'm going in with Zippy.
Nobody's going to hear the death. Oh my God.
It's a natural 20.
Wow, you crit Risu, who just he kind of woke up, lost his confusion, but he's still laying on the ground, and then you just wheel around,
Yeah,
point
it's
a
like
gun in his face, and squeeze off around.
Dodge this.
Wow.
Dodge this.
Are we doing? I don't remember.
Okay.
Are we doing crit cards and stuff on this or no?
No crit cards,
okay.
but just this damage is going to be devastating enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to roll 2d6.
That's not
Whoa.
bad.
On 2d6, I rolled 2.
Hey,
What?
Yeah, so you put a
2
1 on the
damage.
die, so that'll do 2 damage to Risu.
That's lucky.
Yeah, so he's
I'm
still
not
he's still up. That wasn't too bad.
What the fuck?
He would have gone to dying
He would
3.
have gone to dying
got
3.
dying 3.
yeah.
Yeah.
Undoing all my good work.
It's still Mike's turn. I'm not,
good point.
not
Yeah,
dead
true.
yet.
Yeah, and
Finish
because
it
you're
off, Mike.
confused, you're just not like focusing on one guy. It's willy-nilly random. So we're gonna roll the d6 here again and see who your target is.
Oh god.
5.
Thank
So
God.
yeah, you shoot Risu in the face, and then you turn to your left and continue firing. This time at Heelgood.
What the fuck, man? Hank, no!
Sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm going with the laser pistol now.
You hear this tiny voice in your head going, "No, Hank, I'm sorry, man."
It's like I missed with a 15 total on that
I know
attack
you
roll.
couldn't do it.
Yeah, so I think because of the map you missed there, and with your third, let's roll again. 1. This time, well, the trifecta. You're firing at everyone. So yeah, you're kind of doing. Is pirouette the right word? You're just kind of like spinning around, shooting your gun, and you fire at the evangelist
Yes.
this time.
It looks awesome. This is the woman that I'm attracted to.
Yes.
Okay. Back in with the semi-auto. Total of 8.
8 is gonna miss. So that's a wild turn from a confused Hank.
He's never looked so alive to you guys. He's just like in his element, just totally confused.
So we've got a disciple in the room here. It's his turn. He is also confused, and he's got a couple of targets that he can shoot his Eldritch Lance at.
You guys see that video of like volleyball player that keeps getting volleyballs to the face? Yeah. Like that's what I'm picturing is going with Risu right now. Just like
can't
he
even get out the
stands up,
fucking
bam,
door.
Stands up, bam.
Disciple here, he raises up his hand and he shoots a lance over Risu, who's laying down and is trying to fire at Hank.
It's actually good. I'd love to
Snap
get out
snap
of this
you out of this.
confusion. Yeah.
All right, and this Eldritch Lance put a 17 on the die.
Oh dear.
And I think that misses Hank.
Yeah, 17 will miss, unfortunately.
I think that's. Well, I guess you wanted to get hit to drop the confusion, or at least
Yeah.
take some damage. But yeah, that guy misses, and he is still confused. So with his third action, he's going to turn to the disciple that took cover behind this barrel, and he's just going to kind of reach out and try to slap him with an unarmed strike here.
Old Slappy Whitaker.
And he has no technique. He's just wildly swinging, and he totally misses. That'll bring us to Julian. Top of round 2.
Julian, understand what the fuck's going on here? Did he just watch Hank like dome Risu?
You watched Hank take a shot at
Everybody.
everyone, including allies. Yeah, so I think Julian, let's
Hank is like, protect the child. Protect the baby.
yeah, you could make a medicine check to try to figure this out, or
Yeah, I think Julian would do that. So let me pull up my medicine right now. Here comes a medicine check with a +6. That's a 10.
you know that Hank is not in his right mind.
Okay. Well, I mean, I knew that before the check. But
Yeah. She didn't learn anything.
knows something's amiss and probably saw the charades of the lady here. So he's gonna tip his top hat, "Milady, I'm gonna get you."
My lady.
Do the get him here. He will lead by example and take a shot at her. 19
There
on
you
the die.
Brad
for
throwing
you
rocks.
4.
Man, with that lowered AC from your debuff, that is a critical hit on the evangelist.
It's very
Now,
nice.
let's take her down. Here comes the critical damage.
Save the pants.
Oh no, that's a 1
no.
for 8 damage.
8 damage still. That is enough to take her down. These guys are
sweet.
pretty squishy, but there's a lot of them, and they had the mold on their side. Describe this critical hit to me.
I think she's just enamored by my politeness of the little hat tip and is focused on that and doesn't see the barrel raise at her face, and it just kind of catches her right underneath her chin, like right through her throat.
Wow.
Yeah, and so like you kind of hear the gurgling, like, but she's still trying to evangelize, and she breathes new life into us as she stops breathing, and she goes down.
Hank's like, no.
And Julian, you still have a third action.
I don't, because I did get him fired.
Oh, you
and
did
then I
get him,
the-
takes a
I did
turn,
the-
okay.
Yeah, the medical check on Hank.
How could you do it?
And that brings us to the disciple who is crouched behind the barrel. He is also confused, and his nearest target is his buddy who just tried to slap him. He's going to raise his arm and try to shoot an eldritch blast at him. Yeah, all kinds of craziness going on in this room. He put a 23 on that roll, so that will hit his buddy. Let's do some damage. That's 2d6, 7 damage. So yeah, he blasts his friend right in the face and takes him out of the fight.
What?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so...
These dorks.
Yeah, and he goes, "Newborn, give me strength," as he blasts that guy. And he is going to, with his third action, he's going to advance on Risu. And so he's kind of stacked up in the doorway here with Risu on the ground and everyone else hanging out in the hallway.
For those of you at home, I just gave the ruh-roh face to the other guys.
And so it is now what would have been the evangelist's turn, but it's actually Risu's turn, who is not confused anymore, has very little HP, and is lying on the ground.
So Risu's going to stand up. Now, does my weapon just materialize? Does the Spear of Destiny just show up in my hand as I'm standing?
I think it's always on you. Once you roll initiative and are in combat, it manifests itself and is part of you.
That's
essentially
awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
If I hadn't rolled a 1 on that attack roll, on that damage roll, he would be making a DC 13 recovery check right now
To not die.
and would die 12 down.
So he's going to stand up with the Spear of Destiny. He's going to stab Hank in the stomach.
Hey,
Accept this.
hey,
Seems reasonable.
yeah, that's fair. You got to get me out of this.
Well, it's not like that. It's just payback.
Is he really going to stab Hank?
Yeah, he really
I
is.
think that's what happened.
And he hit. He hit.
Meets my,
Yeah,
meets my
So yeah,
armor class. Thank you.
what'd you get on that roll?
I got an 18 on Hank's. What's your armor class, Hank? It's a
Right.
hit.
Yeah, 18,
Oh, yes.
18
Oh my
hits. Yeah,
gosh.
so you meet his armor class, and so go ahead and do spear damage.
Just 5 damage.
5 damage to Hank.
It's like, oh,
And Hank was only at stage 1 of the poison. That drops his confused state. I think at the end of your turn, you needed to make a save.
no, I should have done it during her turn because I got into poisons and stuff are on the turn of the inflictor.
Okay, so
So
yeah, that
I-
that's technically after Risu. So when Risu's turn's over, you'll make that save.
Okay. Well, but I guess I'll take a DC 11 flat check right now as well. Since I just took damage, I might drop the confusion from the stab. Yeah, I just rolled an 18. So that, because I took damage from Risu, I got the flat check to drop confusion, which I just passed.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of snap out of it, but you have a hole in your stomach from a
It's
spear.
not, yeah, it's a decent trade.
How'd that get
Pissed off
there?
Android.
Weird.
I'm sorry. I don't know if I buy this because you're like, oh, I'm programmed to protect and stuff, but now you're just mad at me.
You shot me in the face.
Well, I was confused. You should know.
I didn't know that.
You were confused at
were
the time
confused
too.
as well.
You probably
Yeah,
don't remember
so
it.
I just got
I
shot.
don't think you remember me
Whatever.
shooting you. I take issue.
Well, Hank, put it in your fucking vlog.
That's good. Thank you for reminding me of my vlog.
It needs it's content.
It's content. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and convince you we need to do brain surgery on you to find out why you're confused too. All right, so I'm gonna attack this other guy with my solar weapon.
Okay.
Which one? Heal good?
No, Heelgood didn't. Heelgood healed me. I don't got a problem with him.
This guy's AC is low, but that 7's
That's not it. Yeah, I
gonna
rolled a
do
7.
it.
So that's it.
All right, so that will bring us to Heal Good. Your turn.
Okay.
Hank tried to shoot you,
Yeah.
and you've healed pretty well.
Oh yeah.
What are you
We've
doing?
watched a lot. We saw Hank try to kill Risu. Try to kill
almost
me.
did.
Risu got healed and turned around, stabbed Hank. So there's a lot going on here.
Can you imagine if I'd killed Bill in episode 6 of the.
Be the second time you've killed him in a
It
podcast.
would be, yeah, that would be the second time you've done it that early.
Been terrible.
All right, so I need your bad guy here to make a will save, please.
This disciple making a will save.
Yeah, we're casting Daze upon him.
He got a 12 total.
He's gonna fail, so he's gonna get 1d6 mental damage. He did not critically fail though, so darn it. Let's go ahead and roll that. It's gonna give 1 damage. Is he dead?
Did he go
Did I
down?
kill him?
No, he's got more than
Good,
1
'cause
HP,
I
so
would've-
that kind of nicks him. And so I guess I need to make a save to see if he pops out of confusion.
Oh, I've made it worse.
And he meets that, so he kind of snaps out of it. and he looks down to see his leader dead on the ground, and you've got 1 action left.
1 action left, and I'm out of spells. Can I do a knowledge check on, is the mold still in there? Is that gone, or is that still...
You can take an action to kind of like seek at it to check its status. Or looks like knowledge occultism, you could learn more about it.
He's actually going to step back. He's going to get away from these guys. He doesn't know what's going on, so he's going to back up here, get next to the cat. Be like, Julian, these guys are out of control, man, he says mentally. And that will end this turn.
Alrighty, so you've moved down the hall to be next to Julian there.
Yeah.
That brings us to Hank, who is no longer confused.
Man, Hank snaps out of it. He totally was having visions of the child being born in the planet, and Hank is coming to love the child. He likes the child. I don't know. Something about that. I don't know. He won't share these feelings, but Hank kind of loves the child. Maybe that's because I held a baby at work the other day, but he loves the child. I was telling the guys before we went on the air, I held a baby. My colleague had a baby, and I held his baby. His wife had the baby, not him. And but anyway, so Hank snaps out of it. He takes in what's going on, and I'm going to take a move action. I'm going to run around and I'm going to put this remaining thug into a flank in between Risu and I. While taking that move action, I will aim, and then I will hit him with my laser pistol, my second action. Let's see here, 21.
That's a hit, I think. So aim, that's an AC debuff?
No, it just gives me an extra D4
that gives you
damage if I hit.
the extra damage. Okay, so yeah, that'll be a normal hit.
Total of 7 damage on this.
7
Nice.
damage. You take this guy out.
Wow.
Oof.
That was a quick 2.5 rounds. Or no, not even 2 full rounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of wild. Everyone's down and you are left with silence. You can see the mold, how it was kind of, I don't know, like puffy or bulged. It's now like deflated on the ground, and it's empty in here.
And Risu very nearly died because of that confusion. That wasn't Hank's fault. It was random. But man, that was pretty scary.
Julian won't put his rifle down. He asks Hank, what the fuck?
I don't know.
He'll get still behind Julian. Like, he's kind of worried too.
I don't know. I thought Risu was going to hurt the baby.
What baby?
What baby?
Well, I mean, but that's just what I felt. You have to admit that's pretty fucked up that I thought that.
Yeah.
If he was trying to hurt a baby, then I should shoot him.
Oh, God.
That's what I thought. But Hank reaches a hand down to help Risu. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Your head looks a little weird. Hang on.
You got a hole in your stomach.
Heelgood comes up and says, if you guys can hang out 10 minutes, we can heal. But y'all just got to hang out. Can we not kill anybody or shoot anything for 10
Someone
minutes?
find a little epoxy.
You think we can do that? A little epoxy.
I'm going to put a little epoxy in the hole in his head. Hang on. Bring it over. I got my putty and knife.
Get away from me, Hank.
And you guys may not discuss it openly, but you guys had the same shared hallucinate, like this flashback. You both experienced that. You won't be able to ask these cultists about it, but they had it as well when that mold exploded.
Is there still mold randomly in this room? Like if we step on it, is there going to be a thing?
It looks kind of deflated, like think of like a snake that has shed its skin.
Okay. Yeah.
Anything I can do to take a look at this mold?
Yeah, you can examine the mold with an occultism if you're trained.
Oh, I'm not trained.
Yeah, so you can't really tell a whole lot about this mold.
And a medicine or survival check wouldn't tell us anything.
Life science?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lore. So yeah, that'll be a specific lore you could use.
All right. Let's see what that does. +5. Ooh, I know all about this because that's a natural
Fuck yeah, he does.
Not the first time that Heelgoods dropped some critical knowledge on us. That was Hank that critically succeeded on the newborn thing. The deviant that he is.
And I think
I was confused.
He'll gets really excited. He's hearing this, I think, a lot with Hank because he's like, Hank, this might play into the newborn. I don't know.
Yeah, so Heelgood, you're kind of up here examining the mold, and then as you're figuring out what it is, you're kind of, do you mainly go telepathic when you communicate, or do you
Telepathic, yeah. But you can,
okay, yeah.
When he gets really excited, he chitters a lot.
Yeah, so you kind of start clicking here and you broadcast into everyone's mind. You kind of start, it's not really a lecture, but it's not like a bug splaining type thing, but you're going into great detail on the Memento mold. Iridescent mold absorbs a psychic imprint of an emotional event and explodes into a cloud of psychically charged spores when a creature disturbs it. And that is exactly kind of what played out here. The evangelist, her purpose was to spread her word by using this mold. She triggered the mold, blasted everyone in the room, and blasted you guys.
Wow.
So yeah, you also know that this mold can occur naturally and just absorb events that have happened near it, or it can be transported. It can be used kind of offensively like a weapon. Like
Oh, wow. That's pretty awesome.
It can be grown, placed somewhere, have an event happen, and then be transported.
Oh,
Crazy. It's a sponge for your energy, for your if you're putting bad vibes out, the mold picks up. It's like it's the slime from Ghostbusters, right?
So yeah, you guys are left in this room with a bunch of crates, some dead cultists, and there's like 10 other dead bodies in here.
I'm going to start searching corpses.
Let's say search and perception checks, anything that we would like recognize, or is this we're just standard searching here?
So on these guys, they all have this Octernite chakram. I'm not sure what a chakram is. If someone wants to look that up, I'll put it in the chat here. It's a melee weapon.
Well, it's like a star-looking weapon, isn't it?
Or Octernite. So it's from their planet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, from the planet where the kid is being born.
I guess I should have made someone do a knowledge check. Well, you guys know about weapons. You know where this is from. Actually, Hank does. You're an expert in martial weapons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you definitely know what these are.
Yeah, I'll explain. And by the way, you've reminded me of something. We did a final edit on that first episode when Chris was dropping some intro info on us. And one of the things that I think we missed at the time, and I only really caught on a re-listen, was that one of the things early on that was reported in the news that we overheard was that there were shipping lane delays all around the planet Octern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah, and kind of when I was reading through the module and presenting all these little nuggets and stuff, because you've read in detail the whole thing, it kind of feels like heavy-handed with the little hints and stuff being tossed out. But I think as a player, it's just enough to be able to piece together.
Yeah. I'll join Risu in the searching. He'll apologize again. He feels terrible. Hank loves everybody, but Hank was like, but if you hurt that child, oh no.
I don't think this is specifically for combatants, but Julian is going to size up Hank. Kind of puts him on his list of assets just in case.
Just in case. Yeah. So you guys kind of take 10 minutes in here, refocus, maybe do some
Healing.
Some medicine checks,
Yeah.
Poor Bill.
a little bit of healing.
I medicine check myself.
Do you want me to roll?
Jesus.
Do you want us to roll this out?
Yeah, just because the variance at this level I think matters.
Sure. Yeah. Because I can do another. If we waited 10 minutes, I can refocus. I could do the bigger infusion.
Let's take some time off in this room for sure. Was there anything on the bodies or anything? I made a 23
aside from those
perception
weapons,
check.
they don't have any cred sticks. I mean, they look like they're true believers. Like, drop all your possessions.
But weren't there other bodies in the room?
Yes, they look just like normal citizens or civilians.
It's too bad.
They are all human.
So like if searching the walls and the floors and the ceilings and there's just nothing.
No, I mean there's crates in here with gear, but it's like mundane air conditioner parts.
Oh. Okay.
This looks like a maintenance storage room.
Bill, nine back
Sweet.
to Risu. And then if it wants to do medicine checks, I can do one as well.
I can medicine check Hank.
Sure.
Since I did put the hole in him. Be like, hey, let me see if I can fix that.
Hank's like, it was your destiny to put that hole in my stomach. Hey, see what I did there?
Natural 20 on the medicine check. So what's that give me? 2d6 back?
I think that's a 48.
48.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
So
so the
I-
2d8 is 48.
Oh, that's right.
So
Okay.
I passed Hank's. What is that? 1d8 or 2?
That's 2d8.
I'm going to overheal 20 back to Risu.
Nice. I think everyone, we're all topped off here. And that only took, I think, 10 minutes. You could spend another 10 minutes and get your focus point back.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And I rebalance my magazines. Is that what that's called?
Yeah, reload.
Oh, I reload. I reload them.
So in this room, there aren't any doors leading out, but similar to other rooms you've encountered and also the hallways in the ghost levels here, you see a set of ladders leading up to a platform.
I will go to the northernmost ladder and begin to ascend it.
Julian will cover you from below.
I will follow Hank against my better judgment.
Yeah, so up here, it's a kind of small 10 by 10 little platform that leads to a catwalk.
I suppose we'll proceed down the catwalk in our normal marching order.
Okay.
I will move up to the raised walking platform, I'd prefer to call it.
Do we need to help Healgood?
Oh,
No, the only reason I was making you guys do the checks there was because it was a stressful climb up the ladder. This is more of a leisure.
I think this would be stressful for Healgood too, though, wouldn't it?
Healgood, he takes him a little bit, but he eventually gets up there, and he thanks you guys for you letting him work through his issues there.
Yeah, so you can tell that this catwalk kind of gives a good overview of that main room with all the spokes of the hallways, and it kind of meanders down toward the south. And as you guys continue along, you eventually get to the room that had not the tripod. I guess it was kind of like a tripod, that trap cannon and the Yosokis right above the room with the tourists.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
So this is another way that you could have gotten here.
All right, so now what?
Yeah, there's a couple of hallways in the middle area. So yeah, you could go, the halls you have not gone down are directly east. Northeast is the hall you started in, but you can continue down it and get further down the hallway. And really, we're just kind of doing what I would call a full clear, just because it's a play test and wanted to try out all the different encounters.
We haven't gone this way?
No, you have not gone directly east.
Let's go straight east.
That's what I want.
Hank, you coming?
Too. Yeah, I feel like you're mad at me.
I mean,
do you guys want to talk about?
Risu doesn't really respond to emotion, so he's not mad. He's just
kind of indifferent.
Yeah, it's like, you shot me, I shot you back. We're fucking great. Let's go.
I feel like you're indifferent toward me.
That would be accurate.
All right, so you guys are traveling down the hallway on the east, and you come to a junction here, and it branches off north and south.
And east, I guess, right?
Yeah, and it continues going east.
Well, you want to split party? I'm just kidding.
I see this, like, as I look to the northern path, I see like some kind of statue up there or something. I'm interested in that.
Yeah, so as you take a look to the northeast, you see a statue. It's 7 foot tall. Its face looks featureless. You can tell that this is the statue of a Sheeran. And it's interesting because everything else in the ghost levels and stuff you've encountered so far, it's made out of metal. This is stone. It's like a stone statue. Very strange. So yeah, that's what's up there.
And it's a stone statue of a Sheeran?
Of a Sheeran, yeah. And it's abnormal. It's overly, it's like hero size. It's like slightly bigger, and the proportions are, makes it look heroic.
I approach.
All right, you guys are going to the north. Well, I guess.
I think so.
Do you guys want to follow? Are you following Hank?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay.
So I don't think Healgood hasn't been in range yet. So he can't see this from his vantage point. I think, like, the minute he would walk in, would he recognize these? Or, I mean, he can obviously roll something, but I didn't know if they were like so famous that, of course, he knows who this is.
Yeah. Let's see. I guess roll a society check.
I'll try that. Total of 12 on the society check.
You can't tell specifically, but at the base of the statue, you do see that there is a hollow panel that may have some more information.
He's like, yeah, I don't recognize him, but I bet if we look close, I bet there's a tag or something with his name.
I was like, can we inspect the statues?
Well, Hank attempted society and scored a 22.
Oh, you're gonna bug explain me.
I would call that a success. Unfortunately, it does not give any info on who specifically this is. Okay. I'm going to say that it is a heroic figure from Sheeran's society, and let's say that it's a leading member of the initial group who broke away from the swarm. Like, this is an important guy in Sheeran history. Yeah. I don't know my Sheeran history, so I don't know who that is, but that's who this guy is.
Nice.
That's what Hank says. Hank says, you should know. Healgood, you should know. This is maybe your grandpa or something. Broke away from the swarm. One of your founding fathers.
Oh yeah, I think I recognize him from my swarm breakaway class in high school. But I was too busy dating girls, Hank, to pay attention. So,
well, I'm glad. I'm glad for you.
I'm glad for me too. But no, you're right, Hank. It's a very revered member of Sheeran history. I feel embarrassed for not knowing more. Thank you.
It's Click, Clack, and Flapjack. Those are their names.
Wow, that is racist.
Wow.
If I was a bug, I would be offended.
No, he explains. He's like, no, he's probably right. We often give names that are easy for the meatbags to pronounce. So it's totally understood. That's why we have a speech name. And then we have other names, but so yeah, speech name. That's probably what they referred to him as.
I guess we should approach the data pad that Chris mentioned 5 minutes ago.
That's marvelous. That is some marvelous RP right there.
Thank you.
The metal corridor ends abruptly in a marble-tiled niche with flickering hollow that reads, "The enemy of my enemy has become my friend." And you see 2 7-foot-tall statues on either side of this 10 by 30-foot room. Their faces are featureless, having been sanded away by vandals and extreme age. But it's easy to tell that one is Sheeran and the other a Vesk. Globs of burnt-out wax candles, coins, dead flowers, and other offerings lie discarded at the statue's feet.
So it's like a tourist attraction.
Yeah, it looks like some people have come, paid homage, left little, mementos and stuff. And as you step into this room, something interesting happens.
Oh, Jesus.
The statuesque statues, one of them begins to move, and it's the one toward the south that's the Vesk. It kind of lurches and pulls up its arms, and it looks like it's doing a stretch, like after getting up from a long nap, and you can see pieces of the marble kind of crack and break away as it's stretching, and it wants to attack you.
Holy crap.
So yeah, we're gonna need to roll some initiative, but that'll happen next episode because it's time to end this one.
No.
Oh, man.
Typical Vesk.
I was going to try and talk to it, too.
Interesting.